I have been to the seventh circle of hell. I worked my way through college by working for a moving company. The first year I worked there, this moving company was started by two brothers who were former college football players, 6'5". They were huge hulks. And they taught me how to lift furniture and do it. And they were just starting this moving company. So by the second year, they were up to 2 trucks, and the one brother would go out and be doing estimates, and I would be going out and moving furniture all summer. And this is deadly work. I mean, on days like today, we were out there humping furniture. These guys, they finally got enough money to buy an old International truck, 26-foot truck that was like 25 years old. It broke down every other week, had to have the engine rebuilt. One time it caught fire. Literally, it caught fire as they were driving to unload the furniture truck. And so they got a tow truck, and literally the people's furniture showed up on the back of this truck, which was being towed, and we unloaded it, right? This truck was terrible. It was a death trap. And as their business kept growing, they had to find people to be movers. And, you know, I was a college kid, so they could pay me peanuts, but they couldn't find a lot of guys. You know, it's not a good career opportunity. So they were getting guys from Chester and Upland, guys that were really down on their luck. And these guys, a lot of them couldn't even drive. Somebody'd pick them up and bring them back, or they'd have to thumb it to media from Chester, and it was tough, these guys. So the owner of the company would go, and by the third year, I'm 18 years old, and I'm supervising these guys that are coming, and I'm driving the trucks. And but the owner would go, and he would do estimates, and he would say, you know, he's a big strapping guy. He'd look around and he'd say, I think we can pack this, move it to the new house, and unload it in 6 hours, right? And, you know, I think the homeowners, in their mind, they're like, this guy's a whole football team's going to show up and move me, and it'll be 6 hours. Then I show up 2 weeks later with what looks like Keith Richards, you know, these strung out 50-year-old guys, and it's taken us 8 and 9 hours to move it, and the bill's 30% higher than they're expecting. So I was getting fed up at that, because then I'm 18 years old, I'm writing out the bill, and it's $900 instead of $600. And we were sweating our butts off every day. It was such hard work. So I was thrilled when we had the opportunity. I was given the chance to drive to Worcester, Massachusetts to deliver a half a truckload of furniture, me and another guy. But we had to drive this damn death trap up to Worcester. So we get up there, and a couple weeks before this, the driver's side door broke, and it wouldn't latch shut. So we'd be driving down the road, you'd make a right-hand turn, the driver's side door would just fling open, right? So finally we got the brilliant idea, we're going to get some electrical cable and wire that door shut, right? So we wire the door shut. And this is, you know, the engine's caught fire before in this truck, and we're wiring the door shut. So we drive up to Worcester, all the way up, and whenever we go to the bathroom, I got to hop out on the passenger side. I'm driving this truck. We get up to Worcester, Massachusetts, and it's, you know, it was nice because we're getting paid to drive, not to hump furniture all day. But we get up there, we get half a truckload to unload. We're on a steep incline, and I park it, and the guy gets out, and because the brakes on this thing suck too, and we put a chalk underneath the big piece of wood under a wheel, and we start unloading furniture. Well, the other guys in there, I go back, we just have a big hutch left that we have to unload. So I start, you know, sliding the hutch back. All of a sudden I feel a bump, and I feel the truck slowly drifting backwards. And I'm in the back of the truck with the hutch, right? And this was amazing. I still don't believe I did this, and I don't know if I was just crazy or stupid. I instantly jumped out of the back of the truck while it started rolling backwards, right? And I would remember, because I was in my Converse, and I hit, and if I twisted my ankle, I would have been rolled over. And I ran around and went to open the driver's side door, and of course the damn thing's wired shut, right? So I'm on the running board, and it's slowly picking up speed, and I kind of try to dive in and get the brake to work and stuff, and my feet are hanging out as this truck's going backwards down a hill. And finally I'm like, oh, I'm not going to be able to stop this. And so I was like near tears, and I jumped off, and I'm watching the truck just going down the hill backwards, and luckily it just missed a car, hit a mailbox and a curb, and went up on somebody's lawn. But by the time the front tire hit the mailbox and the curb, the truck came to a stop, and I was just so rattled. But it was one of those things where I can't believe this is the job I have, and that's how I spent my college years, humping furniture and avoiding death by this old truck. So, thanks.